Hi, it's Paulette. I'm back. I know the last time I did a video, I thought it was going to be my last. But as you can see, it's not. Um, yeah, a lot has transpired inside me since the last video. Um, as everyone knows, life has ups and downs, and that was a very it seemed down but not down. It looked down, but it wasn't down. Um, I, that might sound weird, but today is May 11th, 2026. It's an 8 day, and which is funny because not really, because everything does have meaning. You just really need to learn how to observe it and figure it out. Just like I've been very much into the Bible. I will have to tell you that. Like I said in my past videos, I think I'm going to understand the Bible more by doing these numbers. And yeah, it's my 28th video, and it's an 8 day. And the 8 day, 8 in the Bible means new beginning, resurrection, regeneration. On Noah's Ark, there were 8 people. There was Noah and his wife and his sons and their wives. So there were 8 people, and out of those 8 people is us. We are from the Noah lineage. We aren't from this. Well, I guess we are from Adam and Eve because Noah, and it's kind of weird how you think about it because nowadays you don't have family members. Yeah, I don't even want to say it because it just feels so wrong. But you know what I mean. So yeah, so it's new beginnings, resurrection, regeneration, and being born again. And I really feel I'm born again. Yeah, I went through the whole Bible. That's what I was gonna do. I'm not a reader. I told you that a few videos ago. So I'm definitely not a reader. I have a Bible. I started reading it, and I'm a deep diver. I wanted to like interpret, and I did kind of start interpreting because I think there's definitely meanings to the names of what's like the weird names that don't make sense. And yeah, so I did that. I went through and I was going through the rivers, the 4 rivers. I got that far and I'm like, oh my god, this is like going to be a huge deep dive. And yeah, it's going to take me forever, and I really want to listen to the Bible. So on YouTube, and if something's going to be audio, it needs to be a voice that I really like, and this might be a longer video. So my apologies for those impatient people that can't take the time. Yeah, if it's not for you, it's not for you. You can skip me. I don't care. It's for those that have ears to hear, you know, the patience. And if you don't have the patience, it's not the time for you. So, but yeah, I was going through, I wish I had that piece of paper because I really did, like, I read it to my one daughter because I don't know, I just thought it was insightful. And I don't know what I did with it, to be honest with you. But I won't take the time to try to find it because I kind of like made a little storyline with with the rivers. I thought was just neat. Oh, I wish I had it. Let me pause you for a second. I want to find it. All right, I'm back. I found it. So there's, like I said, there's 4 rivers. The first river, which is, I'm sure I'm going to massacre the name, is Havilah, Havila, if I could talk, Lah, which apparently it was a stretch of sands, circle of region. Yeah, I guess it's in Genesis 2:11 through 12. I wrote that. But anyway, so so that river is free flowing, with our increasing desire for richness, abundance. The sand surrounds you. So sand, there's many granules, so it's very rich. Now the second river is Gihon, Gihon. So this is a river that means being virgin, new. You are anointed, bursting with joy of life and truth. I just really think it's very fascinating what these words mean. I mean, it's got meaning to you, and it's all good. I mean, I honestly never thought I would be into the Bible. I really didn't. Okay, and then the third river is Hiddekel, Hiddekel, which is, I guess, is the Tigris River, which is a rapid, swift, and a great river. So you have the speed and the power, the divine energy. Yeah. This is the start of creation. You know, is around these 4 rivers. And when you think about the meaning behind these names and how life was created, it's very fascinating. You have to believe in a God. It's just amazing. And then the 4th river is Euphrates, and that's in Perath, I guess, Perath, which is to break forth, be fruitful, multiply, split out, and branch out. Oh my God, is this, I don't know. To me, this is fascinating, but it's really, I just wanted to share that. But my dream would be to get people together to actually deep dive, break down. I'm sure someone's done it, but I want to do it. I want to get people together to go through the Bible, because I think that's where you, what's the word I want to use? You have the desire to learn more and to know more about the Bible, because that's, yeah. And I guess I kind of got into that with that Chosen, like I told you about, that app. And then, doing these videos, and it was God. It was God gave me the idea to research the numbers. And the more that I researched the numbers, I thought this to be very fascinating. And then as I was guided to do the videos, the timing was even more fascinating and how it related to me and what was going on. I just really found that fascinating. But to get back to the video, now we're 10 minutes in. I'll try to make this shorter now that I gabbed on. But so 28 is a complete cycle of spiritual and earthly order. 28 is a perfect number. I'm not sure if I told you that. But 7 is spiritual perfection, and 4, and I was like, why 7 and 4? That's, but you multiply it. 7 times 4. So 4 is the world. Be fruitful and multiply. Multiply it. Yeah, 28. See, you gotta be paying attention. Yeah, I guess that's my brain. I love that. And I heard something on a video about, because I mentioned St. Paul, and my name's Paulette, comes from Paul, and I heard a bishop saying, because I've heard people talk about Paul from the Bible, and I was like, are they saying a good thing about Paul? Or you always wonder. But he said that Paul was a deep thinker, and I'm like, wow. I mean, it's fancy. It's rather. I never thought of me as a deep thinker, but the more that people in my life throughout the years, like a woman that I worked with, she didn't see things that I saw, and I'm just like, how can you not see this? It's right in your face. I mean, basic work stuff. Not anything like, I mean, it would be something that you would need to do for work, and she just wasn't seeing it. And I'm like, wow. And then she told me I needed to work for the government, like the CIA or something, because I can see things that, that she felt the average person don't see. And I'm just like, I don't see it as special, because, when you have something that you do all the time, you don't think it's special. You just, you think everybody can do it. But we're all different, and we all got our different skills, and that's what makes this world great. So yeah, so 28. So it's the 7 spiritual perfection and the 4 the world, which is 28 because you multiply it. So Matthew 28 was a crucial chapter which details the resurrection of Jesus Christ and the Great Commission. I'm like, even though I did the whole Bible and listened to things, I don't really understand the terminology, really. But commission means basically what his final words were, basically to the disciples. And there was 3. There was 3 things, and I think I told you in a previous video that I heard that my answer comes in 3s, and I said I didn't know what that meant. And this is way before this is like years ago, maybe 2-3 years ago. I woke up and I heard that, and upon my awakening, and yeah, I've been trying to figure that out. And the more I do this and I see the numbers, I'm like, oh, because Jesus resurrected from the dead, 3 days, That's an answer. That's his answer. And then he had his the three things that he wanted the disciples to do, which was to spread the gospel, uh, make disciples, which disciples are just people learning. I mean, yeah, that they're students, disciples of all nations. So everyone, not just some people, everyone, because he loves all his children. And we are all his children. We're just not being obedient because we are in a fallen world ruled by Satan. I will say that. And baptize them and teach them obedience to his command. And I always thought this was, I struggled with this. I'm like, wow, like, how is that loving to, I mean, these words, I should really Google obedience, because in the English language, things mean like fear God. I'm like, oh my God, why should I be afraid of him? But fear God is not fearing him. It is loving him, admiring him. It means something completely different. Yeah, you can't take it because it was translated in English. And what I really like is I'm currently watching, he's a bishop and he's in Australia and he's a Syrian, and he actually was born, I think he said he was born in Babylon. And so he's from over there. And he's just amazing because he can speak in, I don't know how many different languages, but he knows Hebrew. I mean, so he understands what these words really mean, for us to better understand what was being said. I just really love it. But yeah, so there's 3 commands, and those were them. So then in Acts 28, the final chapter of Acts, which concluded Paul's journey to Rome, representing the spread of the gospel. And that's what I feel like I really want to do, but I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I don't know how. The spread of the gospel well, I can't even read my own handwriting. I wrote this long ago. Yeah, something of the known world, and into the gospel to center. Yeah, I don't know until. Sorry. Okay, and then Exodus records the length of the curtains, which was 28 cubits, and which is approximately 42 feet, which I found that to be fascinating because 42, on my 24th video, I remember I felt guided to, doing, something told me to look up the number 42. And I think I put it in the video. Which I didn't really realize that was the reverse of 24 until I posted the video. Yeah, I really wish I would have gone to that video to explain what the number 42 was, but yeah, but it was 28 cubits, and what I understand from the curtains, the reason why it tore, And maybe who's ever listening to this understands the Bible way more than I do. And maybe no one watches this video, but I just want to record this. So there we go. So 28 cubits. So the curtains represent the Old Testament. That was, you had to go to a priest to be forgiven, and that's why there was all these sacrifices and that. I guess God wanted you to. I still don't understand that, but I'm sure I'll get that somewhere along the line. Because I understand so much more now. That you had to go to a priest to be forgiven, and then they went through these curtains through the, I guess, the temple. I don't know if it was considered a temple or not, to speak to God. So that's where the curtains came from, and that's why it was torn, because you no longer needed to go to a priest. You yourself, you who's ever watching this video, can go to Jesus and ask for forgiveness, because he says, through me, you get God. Because if you know me, you know my Father. There we go. So, so when I was thinking about doing this video a little bit earlier, God, I gotta stop thinking it's me putting these thoughts in my head. It's not me, it's God. God said, do the 28th book of the Bible. And I'm like, okay. Me still not knowing the Bible all that well, I thought there would be 28 in each, in the Old and the New, so I thought I would be doing 2, which was fine. I was like, but there's only one, which is in the Old Testament, which is Hosea, Hosea, Hosea. And when I was flipping through my Bible, I was listening to the video, because I'm a listener. But I like flipping to the Bible, so when they're saying something and something grasps, I like that grasps my attention. I like to look at it in the Bible, pause the video and look and read, because it's actually the same versions. I have the King James version because I didn't know which Bible to get, and so that's what I got. And I figure, later on, if I want, I can buy something different. But, that's what I have. So, it's in my Bible, King James is on page 1241, 1242, which I had flipped. I folded it over. And I don't know, and I even went into my journals thinking that, because sometimes I will ask a question and I'll just open the Bible to any random page and put my finger on it and see if that speaks to me. And a lot of times it does. But I'm thinking, because I was researching my name and the meaning behind my name. My first name, my middle name, my last name. I've been married. So I use my current last name, but then I also used my maiden name. And so with my maiden name comes Jacob, the son of Jacob. And so I was like researching that, And so I was like, wow, this is really funny. God told me to go do the 28th. It's that uh it it yeah, it's very fascinating. God is really something. He's just miraculous. But anyway, so I was looking and I was like, why did this page um stick out to me? And as I was listening, it says Jacob took his brother by the heel in the womb by his strength, and he had power with God. So Jacob, okay, so Jacob he's a twin. So Jacob and his brother Esau were born together. Esau came out first. So Jacob apparently was holding his brother Esau by the heel, and he was basically delivered like out of the womb with his brother, but he was grasping his heel. So, so that was foreshadowing his life as a supplanter or a striver. I just really find this fascinating because, like I said, I was researching my name, the meaning behind it. And so and then by his strength he had power with God. So that refers to Jacob wrestling with a divine figure or an angel, where he's demanded a blessing and received the name of Israel, meaning he strives with God or God strives. And then he wept and made supplication, which highlights that Jacob's ultimate victory came through humble persistence in seeking God's favor rather than just physical strength. And like I had said a few videos ago, we've been taught in this world it's a fallen world. So we really need to pay attention to what we've been taught. Yeah, we really need to pay attention to what we've been taught, because we're taught that we need to strive, we need to work hard, but we need to, you know, like I was listening to the story of Adam and Eve, which is, I guess it's in the Ethiopian Bible. And like I said, it's going to be a longer video, so it's already 28 minutes. So thank you for staying if you're still here. The Ethiopian Bible, I forget. I think it's like, they have like 80, I forget. It's something like, instead of 66 books in the Bible, I think they got like 80 something. I think there's like 12, somewhere around there, 12 books that aren't like the Book of Enoch, which is very fascinating, which is actually before Adam and Eve. And if people don't know who the heck Enoch is, I think it's in someone, and he's mentioned, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting so sidetracked. I just get so fascinated because there's just so much. But he is mentioned in the Bible very briefly in the New Testament, because what we don't understand is, before they wrote stuff down, it was just basically like word of mouth. Like, you told stories, you didn't write it down. And so the Bible basically is the very first book, sort of. I don't know, maybe there is some other books, I don't know. I'm thinking that's like the real first book. But, yeah, so it talks about Enoch, and I forget why I got off on that tangent, so I'll stop that. But yeah, so it was talking about his strength. So and then I wanted to here, hold on. Okay, then I thought like I wanted to see how long ago has it been since my first video. And it's been almost 2 years, actually. Because let me see what date it was. It was, and thank you for being patient with me. It was June 22nd of 2024, which was my first video. So it's been 699 days. And I'm like, So I'm like, nothing really stuck out, but I thought, okay, let me research what does 699 mean in Hebrew, because that's what the Bible was written in. Basically, I think the Old Testament was written. Yeah, I don't want to misspeak, but yeah, one of them was written in Hebrew, and I forget. There was 2 languages. One was for the new, one was for the old. But 699, or excuse me, yeah, 699 means window, chimney, or floodgate. So, and it says often describes the windows or floodgates of heaven, like in Genesis 7:11 and Malachi 3:10. And it represents a lattice opening for light. And I just find that fascinating that I do see light. I do see light, even though I got 20 more days in this home, and yeah, I don't have a place to stay. And I'm good with that. I really am good with that. You know, maybe tomorrow I won't be, but I've been good with that for a few days now. It's stuck for a few days, so hopefully, you know, emotions do fluctuate, so hopefully that doesn't change. But then I was like, okay, well, how long has it been since my last video? And so it's been 37 days since my last video, which means wisdom and enlightenment. It's the pursuit of truth, which probably, it might have been 10 years ago. I said I wanted to learn the truth because I just felt like we've been lied to so much. And if you don't look into anything, you don't find anything. So I wanted to learn the truth. And I've peeled a great deal because I've been through a lot, which goes back to by his strength he had power with God. Not to say that I was always with God. I believed in God, but I can't say I was like, but he he was secretly giving me strength. A lot of people think I have a lot of strength, and I have to say everything comes from God. You can't say things come from you. Nope, nope, nope. God created you. You know, we got to get off of we thinking we're doing stuff. And I believe that God has put me in this circumstance to prove to me I really do. That it's not by my power. But then you think, why does everybody else that's not going through something have their life the way they are? I mean, but you know what? You gotta get off of that. You gotta get back on you, because it's your life. It's what you're going through, and everybody's got a different mission. Plain and simple. Everybody's got a different mission, and I I know what I would like to do, but it's not my will. It's His will, and so we'll see what God does. I'm born again. It's my born again day. Um, so it's been 36 minutes. So I thank you. I love you all, and yeah, 20 days I have, and yeah, I keep thinking about what it was, and I'm like, no, 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 Paulette, back to today, back to today. Don't be thinking ahead, and you don't think back, because we don't want to turn into a pillar of salt like in Sodom and Gomorrah with all, Lot and his wife. So I love you all. Have a great day.